Okay, so basically, you want to make sure that you have your animated picture up. And this is just the one that I'm going to be using. It's of a cat jumping out of a box. Woo! Anyways, and then you just pick the picture that you want to use as your icon and put it in a separate, thing. Um, I generally crop the picture before I put like anything on top of it. Now I'm gonna cut it off so that it's like a square, and of course, as always, I'm wrong. It is not a square. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this wrong again, but doesn't fail to try. But whatever. Anyways, so that's basically what I have. And then what I'm gonna do is count how many slides my animation has, and it has 13. Which, by the way, if you don't know how to get this box up, this animation frame thing, just go to Window and Animation. It's not that big of a deal. But anyways, you count how many slides you have on your animation, and you put that many slides on here. So there's this little duplicate your picture. You just make sure that you have 13 of that same picture so that you can put 13 pictures on top of those. It's complicated right now, but trust me, it's not as complicated as you think. Alright, now simply this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to right click my first layer and duplicate that layer to the image that I want to make an icon of. And I'm going to check to make sure that the size is right for the picture that I want. Now, if I want it to be moved somewhere, say I want it, further down and further over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm on my background layer, the first layer that I'm using. That's going to be like my top layer pretty much. And I'm going to grab this little box, this little rectangular McKee tool, which you select certain parts of, and I'm going to select exactly where I want the picture to be angled at. Like I want these corners right here to meet up right here. And basically I'm going to right click this and hit Layer Viva Copy so that it makes another copy of it, but it doesn't cut out that piece that I just sectioned off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my picture right here. I'm going to unview my main picture, and I'm going to make sure that I'm on my layer right here. Whoops, I accidentally clicked too many times. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the layer that I want to move. I want to move the cat. And then you grab your little cursor and you line it up with the corners of this box. Generally it goes straight to wherever the corners are. It's pretty good for that. And then I can view that picture again. Now the thing is, you want to keep this second layer because when you duplicate the rest of these pictures, you're going to have to do the same thing over and over and over again. It's really time consuming, but right now I'm just going to keep the picture as is. I'm going to keep it in the corner so I can make it easy for you and easy for you to understand. Now what I'm going to do, considering this one is already there, it's going to end up doing, probably pasting on all of them considering I have it viewable by my first one. So this takes a little bit of time, but you just go and make sure that it's not viewable on the rest of your layers because none of your layers are going to have the same picture on it unless you want to make it, have it go backwards or something. I don't know. It's going to loop either way, so you don't really need to put it on there more than once. And then what you do is you just go in, make sure that all of these are not visible, because if they're visible, then you'll have to go through each individual layer on the picture of your icon that you're doing. and you'll have to make them unviewable on certain layers because they'll end up being viewable on all of them, just like the first one was, and then you'll just have a whole big issue with it. But anyways, make sure that they're all unviewable. You already have the first layer on there, so just go in and duplicate the rest of them. And you know, if I could learn how to duplicate them all at once, that would be really easy. But I don't know how to do that. So for now, you're just gonna have to do it the old school method, which is right click, go up to duplicate layer, find the picture that you want them on, which for me is image, the image one, and I just hit OK. And you just do it repeatedly for every single one. It gets to be a little annoying, but you know what? It works out in the end. By the way, I'm not keeping this icon that I'm making. So, anyways, it's very time consuming. And you know I'm doing it just because I hurt you. I would say that I love you, but I don't love you. I saved that for Corey, sorry. Anyways, so then after you got all them, you know, duplicated to here, then you can start filling them in, basically. So I'm just gonna go from backwards and start viewing the according numbers. So 9 goes with layer 9, 8 goes with layer 8, 7 goes with layer 7, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And you just do that for every single one of them. Like so. Now I'm pretty sure there's places where you could do this a lot easier, but this is the way I've learned it, and it just seems simple for me. And then you can just like play it to make sure that it works like that accordingly. And then say you want to, you know, add detail to it, like, you know, add a border or something, or add something on top of it. Instead of doing it just right on top of the regular picture, which you probably do, you go to this little thing right here. It looks like a little notepad with the corner folded, and you hit that, and you bring it all the way to the top, because this is going to go on top of all of it. And what you can do is you can grab your brush and grab whatever, you know, texture you want, whatever type of brush you have, and make sure it's the same size as your picture, which I'm going to check what size mine is. Mine is pretty much 472 right now, which you can keep it that size if you want to. You can resize it to 100 to make it easier for you if you want to, but it's just easier for me to keep it a bigger size so I don't have to enlarge in it every 3 seconds. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can make it normal, just have a normal overlay, whatever you like, and then, you know, you can keep it like that, and then you can go to this, or you can go to the layer before and add text on top of all of that. You know how to do that. Do a little animated text, and you know, when you're finished with it, you can save it. When my Photoshop is done freezing, I will show you exactly how to do that if you don't know how to do it already. Okay, it's done freezing. Maybe not. So, how was your day? Alright, anyways, you go here, and you save for web and devices, and just make sure that this part is on GIF, and, you know, which I forgot to show you. Okay, backtracking. Make sure that it's 100 on both, or one is smaller than 100 and one is exactly 100, because the icon has to be exactly 100. You can enlarge it to see how it looks. You can play it out, make sure that's the way you like it. And then you go to save web and devices, and you make sure that GIF is there. According, if you have a free account, it has to be under 50K, which is only 10.93, so this would be fine. It's not that big of a deal. And as for here, I have to preview it before I look at it, and it's going too fast. So what I'm going to do is cancel, and I'm just going to go in and make every one of these a second long. And poor Corey is waiting so long to talk to me. Teardrops. I just see my MSN down there. I'm like, oh, Corey. Blah, blah, blah. 1 second. And then it's probably going to look like a really long time on here. But then just go back and, it's sort of like one of those guess and check sort of things. Just keep checking it until you like it. Like, see, it's going pretty slow there. I actually sort of like this icon, but I'm not keeping it. Anyways, and then you save it as that, and just hit save, and save it wherever you want to save it. And I'm not saving it, so it doesn't really matter. But basically, that is how you do a GIF on top of your icon. It's not that hard. Everyone makes it out to seem so hard, but it's really not. So, I hope this was helpful. If not, I can try and accomplish and tell you again. Wow, this is on backwards, so I look mirrored. I was like, wait, the red dot's over here, but it's not, it's over here. Okay, anyways, I'm done being distracted, and if you need anything else, just ask. But anyways, I heart you, and I love Corey. Bye.